Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday night. We got my main man, Mr. NC Relic Hunter himself, Mr. Michael Cole. He's in the house with us, and we are super excited to be with you guys on a Friday night and bringing you some metal detecting talk. Michael, I'm trying to get myself comfortable, get fired up to go
What's
tonight.
that new sign you got behind you there? On air.
Ooh, look at that new light there back there, Michael. We got a new light to let them know we're on air. We're broadcasting live on Friday night, ready to rock and roll. We're so excited to have you guys here tonight. And Michael, we're getting a crowd. They slowly filing in. So we appreciate everyone being here tonight, and we look forward to bringing you a great show tonight. And Michael, we do have a giveaway tonight too. So we are going to be doing a giveaway. So if you're interested in the giveaway, you need to stick around. Don't leave us. Hang out with us the full time. We promise we'll make it as painless as possible. I know it's hard to look at me and Michael. Well, maybe just Michael. It's hard to look at Michael, but anyway.
It is. It's hard for me to look in the mirror.
We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk some metal detecting. We're going to talk metal detectors. And we're going to have a great and fantastic show. And as always, Michael, we like to begin our show with our shout outs because we have so many amazing folks that come here every Friday night, always willing to be a part of the show and enjoy being with us. And we want to recognize them for being here, then taking their time on a Friday night to be with us. Like you and I, a lot of people work, and, you know, just to give up some time on Friday night really means a lot to Michael and I. So we appreciate that so much. So Michael, anything you want to say real quick before we do our shout outs?
No, I mean, hopefully we can get out. The weather, it's been windy today, but it's been nice. We've been in the 60s here, and you've been in the 70s down there.
Yeah, it's been warm. It's been warm. So yeah, well, let's do our shout outs real quick, Michael. We got Mr. Old Pelon. He's in the house. He says, good evening, Brian and Michael. Old Pelon, great supporter of the channel. Always appreciate him so much. Mr. Keegan as well, great supporter of the channel. Always here, hanging out, having a good time with us, and we appreciate Keegan being here with us tonight. Look, we got Lance in the house. Where's Lance been?
Yeah, where's Lance been?
He must have been stuck in the Alabama mud, right?
I don't know what he's doing.
We're glad to have Lance here tonight. Appreciate you being here, Lance. Appreciate your support. Mr. Chris is in the house.
Hey,
always
Chris.
Super excited to have Chris. Chris is always a great supporter of our channel as well. Mr. Diggin Darrell's here with us. Glad to have Diggin Darrell in the house. Look who's back, Mr. Damian Thorne. Glad to have Damian. Appreciate Damian being here. Also, fantastic supporter of the channel. Miss Bells and Bells, we always appreciate you so much.
She's got a good question for you on down.
Okay, we'll check it out in just a minute. Bell says, please hit that like button. It helps me, helps Michael too, helps us both. We appreciate it, Bells, and you're always a great supporter of us, and we appreciate that so much. Mr. Trevor Van Horn is here with us tonight. Appreciate Trevor being in here. We've got Mr. Doug Atkins from South Louisiana. Always good to have Doug with us, and we appreciate Doug. Mr. Ricky Bennett is in here with us. Ricky also a great supporter of our channel. Mr. Workman's Adventure. Always glad to have Workman's Adventure here. We've got Mr. Ferris Grump. Appreciate Ferris Grump. And then, by the way, if you're noticing the little symbols beside their names, that means that they are members of our channel, and they are membership members, which means that they get some special things. And we're going to be doing our members only live stream coming up next week. So you guys that are members, stay tuned. But appreciate Ferris Grump being here. Always wonderful supporter of us and the channel. We appreciate him. And if you are interested in a membership, all you got to do is click that join link down at the bottom somewhere. I don't know where it is on your screen, but you would hit it and you can sign up for a membership. You don't have to, but it does go and help our channel, and we appreciate that so much. Mr. Detectmeister, all the way from Ireland. Man, he is here every Friday night, and I know it's late there, but we appreciate Detect Meister, and he's always got some great info to share with us, and we appreciate him being here with us tonight. We've got Don't Tread on Me. He says, good evening, diggers. The snow is melted. I know you're ready to get out there and start digging some stuff. I know you dig some really cool things up there, and really appreciate your insight into things too. Don't tread on me. And thank you so much for being here tonight with us. Mr. Digging Dude is all the way from New York. Appreciate Digging Dude being with us. Always a wonderful supporter of the channel as well. Mr. CZ Digger. Appreciate CZ Digger being here. It's his evening room. Appreciate him being here with us tonight. Getting down here, Michael, we got Mr. Kerry Pope. He says, hey, everybody, glad to have Kerry in here. Glad you're here with us tonight, too. On a Friday night, you could be watching a little bit of basketball, I guess.
I was watching baseball.
Yeah, I watch baseball, but I watch it all. I love it.
Yeah.
But anyway, glad to have Kerry Pope in here. Edward G's in the house. Glad to have Edward, also a great supporter of our channel. Bubba Smith's in here with us tonight. Appreciate Bubba. He's here every Friday night joining in with us. Cody Coyote is here. He says, what up, guys? Glad to have Cody. Appreciate you being here with us. We've got DCM Detects. Appreciate DCM being in here. He says, hi, everyone. Bell says, Brian, does the full tones offset affect the depth at all? Not that I could tell at all. And I actually ran it over a 12-inch buried quarter. So, no, it did not affect it. And, I didn't see any difference as far as depth on the full tone or offset full tones feature. So, yeah, go use it, Bells. It's a great feature. And I gave y'all some tips. Bells is talking about my latest video. I just put it up about 2 hours ago. You guys have a Deus 2 and you want to learn a little bit more about what offset full tones does, go check out the video. It is up on the channel, so go check it out. We would appreciate it. But Bells, it doesn't affect depth because I was able to hit a 12-inch quarter with no problem at all. Let's see what else we got. Dick Meister says, hell, here in Ireland, the hour goes forward next weekend. Your hour went forward on March 9th, so the show is on 1 hour earlier. It's 11:37 there. Well, good.
Yeah, it's still daylight. And we're on the live stream. It feels funny.
Yeah, it does feel funny. Digging Buddy says, what's up, gang? Glad to have Digging Buddy in the house with us. Appreciate Digging Buddy being here. We've got Tex Kinsey's in the house. Glad to have Tex. Tex, are you from Texas? It's a good question.
Yeah.
Anyway, glad to have you here, Tex. Appreciate it so much. Prospectors Cash is in the house. Appreciate Prospectors Cash being in with us tonight. Always a supporter. And I think we've gotten to everybody, Michael. From what I can tell, did I miss anybody? Did you see anybody?
I think you got everybody.
Okay. All right. Well, and there'll probably be some more joining in as we move along. I got to be careful how I move my hands. I know you guys know I talk with my hands a lot. And my camera will pick up my hands and it'll start interacting with my hands. Yeah. Tex says he's from Washington. Wow. Washington, D.C. Glad to have you here, Tex. Appreciate you joining in with us. Look, we got Mr. Surfside Dan's in the house. Glad to have Surfside Dan. Appreciate him. A great friend of mine as well. And he was featured on one of my little video shorts the other day, too. You can go check Dan out on the video. He's already a movie star anyway, Michael. So, yeah we got to get him on there. So, yeah, appreciate Dan being here with us tonight as well. So, Michael, I put up a few videos, mainly about the Deus 2. We've got a lot of other things in the pipeline right now. I know you've seen some of the stuff that I've been working on. So let's start with the Deus 2 videos since that's what we've been doing. So we've been slowly sort of whittling our way through some of the settings and features. We showed reactivity, we showed audio response, and we did offset full tones just recently. What did you think about the video, the offset full tones video? I know you watched it, and give people sort of a feeling for what you saw and what you've noticed when we start adjusting offset full tones.
Well, and it looked to me in the video, and from what I've seen in the field, if you adjust it up a little higher, it seems to enhance that signal when it's commingled with iron. I think you saw that in your test there. You know, when
Yeah.
you were testing in with the dime and the nail, and you ended up going up to what and settled on. You went up to 20 and kind of backed it off to what, 18.
Well, no, on the offset full tones, I went all the way up to 40 on a
But
nickel.
but you ended up settling on what, 18, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like 18,
Yeah.
15. I was looking for a sort of middle of the road to sort of make the audio sound really crisp and clear. And that was my whole purpose behind showing you guys that video, because some people don't really use the offset full tones feature. And maybe some of you maybe didn't even know how to get to it. And that was the whole purpose of the video, was to show, you know, how it was responding to that nickel and how it could change. And of course, you want that nickel, because it is a lower conductor, you want it to sound a little different than a higher conductor. And so, but if you went all the way up to 40, you saw what happened. It sounds the same thing as a mercury dime.
Right. So what it's doing, you know, is condensing that scale the higher you go up on your number. So when you cut it all the way up, you got one, it's like one or two tones basically. You got iron. So, you know, you're condensing that scale the higher you go with it. And it does help, especially with the mineralized soil and iron, to turn it up. But yeah, that's basically what it's doing. It's pushing that scale up tighter.
Right. Well, and if you were in maybe in a clean field, and maybe you weren't dealing with a ton of iron, you could actually adjust that where it could become just a beep and dig type deal.
Yeah.
You know, just by bumping it up, and anything that you heard that had that tone, I mean, you could really just go to town with it. Now, you know, like I said, I didn't realize how much of a difference it really made when you got up, you know, above 15. And then I started playing with it, because you and I have always said 15 or below. And that's what a lot of people are usually running. CZ Digger says 11 to 15. But the one thing that I was working on was trying to clean up the sound, because the audio just seems a little bit off on some of these targets. And it was driving me crazy the last time I was hunting. And I said, you know what? I got to really play with this a little bit more. Now, you could adjust the discrimination too, and that could cause some little fine nuances in the audio when you start messing around with the discrimination and the offset full tones. So it's, you know, it's something that everyone needs to play with and sort of figure out what works for you and what you like. But it's definitely worth something that you guys go in and you adjust and try to set your machine up the way that you like. And Michael likes 15. I usually run mine at 10. I played around with 18. I'm looking forward to going out and hunting real soon with it running a little bit higher, just to see if I can tell any variation or anything that might just sort of pique my interest a little bit more. And so I'm definitely going to play around with it a little more and see if I can sort of clean up that audio a little bit more. And of course, you can add that audio filter into it, and that's going to be something that I sort of play around with too, coming up in the coming weeks, is adjusting that audio filter, see if we can clean up some sound, some audio, and then sort of go from there. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I think if you're in a cleaner area, in a field and you're hunting deep targets, I think it would really help you to turn that audio filter up a little bit, you know,
Right.
and enhance those deep signals.
Well, it will definitely help you if you're mixed in iron, because it's going to give you that high pitch or that sound that you're going to be able to recognize.
You talking about full tones or the audio filter?
No, with the offset.
Yeah, the offset.
Yeah. So I think it will really help in that situation. And if you watch the beginning of my video, I sort of explain what it's actually doing, but I think it will really help in that situation. Audio response, which Doug Atkins says, I started changing the audio response after watching your video, and it definitely helps. Right. And I had a guy come on here last weekend that said, I dug the best find that I'd ever found because I watched your video and I adjusted my audio response, and I probably would not have heard it if I hadn't have adjusted that audio response the way you were showing it in the video. And again,
Right.
that's the greatest compliment that I can possibly give, because you guys know I'm a teacher. And when somebody comes back and says, "Oh, I had the aha moment," and it worked, and that really makes me feel good, because I know that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's helping you guys out. And the audio response definitely can make a difference. I'm going to start running my audio response at 5. I think 5 sounds just a little bit louder, a little bit crisper as far as my years go. Now I'm a little bit older. Michael's a little bit younger, so he might can get away with 4. But
Well, I agree with what CZ Digger said. He said audio response of 4. He said I liked audio response with the XP Deus 1 better, more pronounced. And 4 on the Deus 2 is almost like 5
right,
on the Deus 1. I think
yeah,
they kind of backed off of it a little bit.
yeah. Well, I like 5. I mean, I think 5 works really good for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just, that's where I'm running my machine from now on. I love 5. I played with it enough out in my test garden and sort of played around with it some more. And I really had some good results from what I saw. And I used it the other day on a hunt, which I should have a video up with that coming really, really soon. And that definitely worked really, really well for me as well. Let's see here. Tex Kinsey says hearing is the most important. Yes, exactly. And if you can adjust that, I've got this light right in my eyes. If you can adjust that audio response to where you can hear those signals just a little bit better, I think that really, really helps. And I know, and I dug a couple of targets. You saw one of my videos with the Deus 2 where I had adjusted the audio response, turned up the reactivity. I'm sorry, lowered the reactivity, and dug a very beautiful dandy button that you and I walked over apparently. And it really came in loud and clear, and it allowed me to dig that big dandy button. It was like in the middle of that field. And the Deus 2 just boom, just locked in on it for sure. Prospectors Cash says, I adjust audio response to 6 on the beach. And 6 is really great too. I mean, it's whatever. And again, I've said this a gazillion times. It's whatever you guys feel comfortable using and what you think is going to work for you. Again, my ears are different from Michael's ears, so you may end up having to adjust it a little more. Let's see here. Digging Buddy says, hope XP sends you small Deus 2 coil. I hope so too, Digging Buddy. And they promised me they're going to do it. When it happens, I don't even want to speculate anymore. I was told it was going to be by the end of the first quarter, which means March 30th. But March 30th is closing in. Maybe next week's the week. I don't know. Or maybe the end of April, maybe the 1st of May. Who the heck knows? But I know a lot of you are ready for that call, and I wish I had more information for you, but I just don't have anything. And they're not telling me anything. They're remaining pretty tight-lipped about it. And but again, as soon as I find out, you guys are going to be the first ones to know. So just be patient, because you want it right, and hopefully it's going to be everything that we're hoping it'll be. Doug Atkins says, I like audio response 5 better than 4. I do too, Doug. I'm with you 100%. So anyway, Kerry Pope says, sitting here playing with it, AR-15 sounds great.
I think he's talking about offset 15. Right?
I guess. I don't know. Audio response. Okay. He says AR-15. You know what you and I think.
Yeah.
We think guns. But yeah, it does sound good. But just remember, it's not going to be too far off from something that might be a higher conductive target. So play around with it. You can definitely tell the difference. So what I would suggest doing, Carrie, is I would swing over a lower conductive target and a higher conductive target with it set at 15. and see if you can tell the difference enough to where you're willing to settle in at 15, or you might even want to go up, or you might want to go down, you know?
Right.
So, but again, that's something that's, a personal preference. And I hope my video really explained that as well. So that's what we're doing. So let's see what else here. CZ Digger says, never have been happy with the WSA XL2 headphones. Sounds muffled. Have to adjust the amp. Helps. WS6 sounds fine without adjustment. Michael and I have had this conversation. I mean, I love the WS6. I love the WSA2s. I like the WSA2 XLs. If you adjust them with the equalizer, you can sort of tweak that sound, CZ. I don't know how much you've messed with the equalizer, but yeah,
It's just not as crisp of a sound.
it's and I agree with that, Michael. I don't think it's
I
crisp,
agree with
but
it.
I also know that those headphones are so good at noise canceling that you can still pick up some things using those particular headphones. So, I get it. I get it. Digging Daryl says, when you guys tune, we were supposed to team up last weekend, and then we had the storms come through. Hopefully he's going to be coming down in April, and we're all going to go out for a nice big hunt, which is really be nice. I've got another hunt on board with the history digger, Rob Rizzo. For you guys that know Rob, I have that already filmed and sort of ready to go. I just haven't edited everything yet, but that video should be coming real soon too. And we had a ball. We had a ball, and I'm looking so forward to Michael and Metal being down here with me too, which hopefully is going to happen in the next few weeks or sometime in April is what we're shooting for. Don't Tread on Me says XP article says look in the upcoming months for the new release. Yeah, the upcoming months. I mean, that
For
could
a
be
new release date of the
yeah.
HF.
Yeah, I know. So that tells you right there that there's who knows. I wish I could tell y'all more. I don't know more. But it's again, as soon as I find out, I'll be more than happy to say or tell. Let's see here. Richard Pelkey says, hey everyone from Vermont. Glad to have Richard. Appreciate Richard being in here. Phil Garner says AM late, but made it. Appreciate Phil being here. Digging Buddy says Rizzo's great. That sounds fun. It was a lot of fun. Rob and I had a fantastic time being together, and of course, he's a very good friend of mine from our XP dig stock days together, and we've formed a really close bond during that time, and we continue that bond even to this day. So. But anyway, I wanted to talk about offset full tones because, again, that's the latest video. You guys can go and check it out if you haven't already. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a very simple video, but it speaks volume to the customization of the XP Deus 2 and how powerful the XP Deus 2 is, and how you can adjust it to some of the things that are there for you. So go check it out if you haven't already. You're interested in offset full tones, then you can go and take a look at it. And we are so excited to bring that video to you. So go check it out. It is the latest video. We just put it up about 2 hours ago. So go check it out if you haven't already. And maybe it'll help some of you. Some of you already know a lot of this stuff, but some of you may need some of that, a little bit of assistance. So we're glad that we can do that. Gary Holes is in here. He says, good afternoon. Glad to have Gary in here. Edward G's in the house. He says, I have my first beach hunt planned in July. Going to have to do some research on settings for my Legend and Xterra Pro before we get there. And we'll try to have some more videos with a lot of other machines coming. The Xterra Pro is one. Michael will tell you, my Xterra Pro video that I did is probably one of my better videos that gets tons of views. So if you want to know a little more about the Xterra, just basically watch you through a lot of those settings as well. Prospector's Cash said, going to Park Aransas. Is that how you say it? Beach all week, leaving tomorrow. Looking forward to a week of beach hunting after spring break. So I know Prospector's Cash. I believe he's down in Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so.
Gary Hull says very informative video. I appreciate that, Gary, and that's what we're trying to do is bring you guys the most information as we can. Michael, I got to quit moving my hands. My AI tracking wants to pick up my hands every time I move them. So, Michael, we talked about offset full tones. We sort of talked about the Deus 2 coil, the HF coil. Just to really briefly touch on that for just a second. I know we talked about release dates and those kinds of things. And I know we've talked about this too, as far as the is it going to be a diving? Are we going to be able to dive with this coil? Is it going to be the battery up in the shaft? Is it going to have its own set of programs? Are all the programs going to work with it? Is it going to be a specific range of frequencies that we're going to see? What's your gut feeling, Mike?
I think that the battery is going to be in the shaft. I think there's that's really the only way they'll have the space. Now I'm just speculating, but I think that it will be in the shaft. Now it may not be, but it was for the original electrical coil for the Deus 1. And I don't know as far as I'm guessing it's probably going to go up around 80 kilohertz, but now whether it goes from 4 to 80 or it goes from 4 to 45, and then you'll have another program that goes from 45 to 80. I don't know. We'll have to see how that pans out, when it comes out. But it's going to, the price, I'm assuming it's probably going to be in the $400 range. I'm just, guessing. Who knows?
Yeah, and that's the thing. We can all speculate. We don't really know much, but
right,
we can all speculate about it. And what I'm real interested to see is, do we get an update?
Right. And will that change? Will it work with all the programs or just certain programs?
Right. I think that's the main thing. I think both of you, or both of us, are real excited about seeing is this going to be an update for all the programs and for the Deus 2 completely? And will some of those things be improved? I just don't know.
Right.
I just don't know what's going to happen there, but it's definitely coming. How long? I don't know. And I wish I could tell y'all right now to be out next week. I mean, I'd love to be able to say that, but I just don't know at this point. And again, I do think it's going to be one that's going to be good on small gold. And like Surfside Dan was asking, he said, hopefully it'll be a gold chain killer at the beach. I think so. Yeah. I think it's going to be really hot on small gold, small targets. I think are going to be the ones, maybe for those guys that are over in Europe, maybe some of those hammered coins that are, tiny and mixed in iron. Those things might be some things that we see a lot more of that are being found due to that. So I think we're going to see some things that are definitely going to be a lot different for us. And it's going to take some adjustment right out of the gate once we get it. And as soon as I get my hands on one, then I'm going to play around with it and figure out, hey, this is what's going to work. This is what works for us. And then hopefully we can share some of that stuff with you guys. So, Michael, I wanted to bring up one other thing, too, now that we've talked about the Deus 2. But I wanted to bring up a poll that I put up just recently. And it's about, do you like a full live dig, or do you like someone on a video just talking about the find after they found it and they just show it to you? What's your feeling on that, Michael?
I like live digs, but I mean, if you do all live digs, I kind of like a mixture,
Right.
Because, a video with all live digs, we know it takes a lot of time. It's going to be a long video.
Shoot, yeah.
So, yeah, I like to see some live digs on it, and I like to see some just showing. And as well as I do, some of these targets surprise you.
Oh, yeah, they will. And those are the ones that I don't film.
Right, exactly.
I get tricked. So you guys know my secret. Anytime you see me showing it that I've already opened up the plug, That means I got shocked by it once I opened it up.
Yeah.
And so it's not that I didn't want to show the whole dig. And listen, I had 112 clips the other day when I went out with Rob, and I filmed almost every single thing, and still have more to go. I could have filmed more than that.
And how long of a video would that be?
Oh, it'd be forever. These guys would be ready to crucify me if I put up a 2-hour video, because that's what it would be by the time.
Right.
And and you go and you edit it, and
Southern Relic Adventures, the movie.
Yeah, it would be Southern Relic Adventures, the movie, if I put up 112 clips. And it's a hard call. It really is. And but here's my thing though, and the reason why I bring this up is I notice on YouTube that there's a lot of videos where it's just the find, and I don't know that I agree with that either, because that to me, and I'm not saying that there are some sketchy people out there that are doing this, but it just makes me wonder, especially when every find is a great find. I mean, guys, I've done a ton of metal detecting. I'm on probably one of the most premier spots that you could possibly be on. And every day is not just a home run day every single time I go out. It's just not. And it sometimes makes me wonder a little bit. And I've always wondered if the other people watching these videos, do they feel that way too when they just see somebody just show the find and talk about it? Hey, or they call somebody over, hey, look what I found, and then they pull it out of the hole and so on. And that's part of the reason why I do try to show the whole entire dig as much as I can, to give everybody a feeling and a sensation, but also as a learning tool. That's the main reason why you guys hear me call out the number. I usually tell you what program I'm running, whether it be my sweeper program or I'm using something else. I mean, I'm telling you all those things just to give you information. And I just don't feel like I get information from somebody just showing me their find. I want to know what they're using, how they're using it, what it was ringing up. I want to know those things. I guess that's just the teacher in me. I want to know more, than just, hey,
more
this
technical data.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the find too, because I'm a history teacher. But I want to know how they're running their machine, and I want to know what it sounds like over those targets. I want to know what that target ID is, and I want to see how deep it was, and so I want to see those types of things. And I'm not like everybody, I guess, but it's an interesting question, and it's one that I pose to all of you. The majority of you said I want to see full live digs. Only about 5 or 6% of you said, hey, I want to see the find after they've dug it out of the hole. And so I don't know. I don't know. So let's see what some of these comments are saying. I'm sure there's some interesting ones. Surfside Dan, I know how Surfside Dan feels. He says, I like to know the machine setup first, if you make any adjustments while hunting, which is, again, I try to say, hey, this is what I'm using. Here's my recovery. Here's what I'm running. I'm running this program. I try to do that, as much as I can. Sniff It Out says, hey guys, a little late. CZ Digger said, this should be about 8 to 15 minutes max. And that's the truth. 15 minutes is proven to be the ideal length for a full video. 15 minutes is about right. And I've run some up to 20. I try to keep it less than 30 for the most part. And, I know that people will sort of fade. It's just like in a classroom too, Michael. Yeah. I can only hold somebody's attention, really honestly, in some cases, like we just said, 15 minutes. Some of these kids, I can't hold their attention more than 5 to 10 minutes because they all got ADHD, I mean, everybody's got ADHD. I got ADHD, I think, but anyway, it is really hard to hold people's attention for that long, and to show a dig, where you went through the whole process. And I realize sometimes, and I struggle with this too, you've done it. Sometimes I don't get it out after a couple of shovelfuls. It might take me 2 or 3 or 4, 5, 6 shovelfuls sometimes just to get it out of the hole. And that can be pretty long. And some people just don't want to see that. And I get that too.
Right.
But I also don't get how somebody can make a whole video of superb find after find, and all they do is show the find. That's where I don't know. Something just don't feel right about that. How about you? What do you like? Do you like that? Like that?
Do I like? I told you I like to see the live digs, but I know there's times when, like you said, it takes too long to find the signal, and you're looking through your plug, and you're looking in the hole. You can't find the signal for a while. And you know what I mean?
Look, and I'm not, Michael, and I'm not perfect, and you're not perfect either. I mean, we can sit down there, and then of course you got to deal with the trolls too. Oh, you missed it, or you didn't dig it over here, or that hole was bad. You dug that hole bad. You didn't fill that hole back in. You got to deal with all of that. And it's just, oh my God, Michael, it drives me crazy sometimes, but I do it because I feel like it is a learning experience.
We do fill our holes in, though, by the way.
Yeah, we do. I know. People
very well.
crazy.
We try to do it.
Oh, you rubbed that coin. You shouldn't have rubbed it. You're going to destroy the coin. Oh my God, guys, it's been in the ground for 250 years. I'm not putting it on the auction block. I could care less about the monetary value of that coin, especially one that's worn completely slap jab out and has no detail on it. And it just drives me crazy. That kind of stuff just drives me crazy. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Digging Dude says, I do live digs. I do multiple parts when it goes too long. Most of my finds are junk, but it's realistic. Right. That's why you guys don't see me digging superb find after superb find, because it's the real thing. I mean, yeah, I'll find a nice find every now and then, but it's not like every video is just, here's a King George copper. Oh, here's a seated Liberty. Oh, here's a USA button. Oh, here's a George Washington inaugural, all in the same video. I don't know. There's just something about that bothers me. Ricky Bennett says, I'm with Dan. Machine setups, adjustments, VDI, and audio target. That's it. And that's why I do the way I do it, is to at least let you hear what that target sounded like. And, if you've got that machine, that gives you an idea. That gives you a reference point. Hey, I've heard that before, and hopefully that's something that you can take.
Maybe you can start having a cutout in your videos where you got a screen and it lists your settings for that machine for that day.
Yeah, and I've done that before, sort of showing how I had my machine set up. And I know a lot of you would appreciate that, but of course, most of the time, especially when I'm running the sweeper, it's the sweeper program, which, you guys can go and watch the video. When I'm running the Manicore, it's usually our program. There might be a few modifications, but for the site that I'm on right now, we really don't change that much, not unless I decide, hey, I'm going to run a different program. And usually I'll say that at the beginning of the video. Hey, we're going to be running the general program, or hey, we're going to be running deep eye conductor, or hey, we're going to be running the fast program for the Manicore, or we're going to be running all-terrain high conductors. I say that at the beginning of my videos. Hey, we're trying something new out. Here's what we're trying, and here's what we're using. And again, I'm trying to help people to understand what those targets sound like, what those VDI numbers are for those targets, and so on, to try to help people learn the machine. And hopefully they take that and they can use it themselves out in the field. They go, oh yeah, I saw on Southern Relic Adventures that target was ringing up a 65. I need to dig that target. maybe that's something. Or it sounded just like that. Or it was the same setup that I heard on Southern Relic Adventures video. That's what I'm hoping is happening in some cases. And so that's what I'm trying to do as well. Prospector's Cash says, I show most good finds, but sprinkle in some junk. I like the way Merrill does it. He shows finds, but adds a lot of stories with it. And that's fine too. I get that. But I want to know more than just the find. That's just the way I am, and again, I can tell some stories, and I do that. If you guys watch any of my shorts, I tell some stories about the places I'm at and that kind of stuff. But again, I like to hear the settings. I like to know I'm like Dan. I'm like a lot of people on here. I like to hear the settings. I like to hear what the audio sounds like. I like to see the target ID at least. If you give me that and then show me, once it's out of the hole, then maybe I'm okay with it a little more. I like to sometimes see the spade going into the hole too,
Oh, yeah.
I just see videos where they're just, well, here it is after I've dug it out of the hole. I don't know. There's just something that's not bad. The tip of the week is coming. They're wanting that tip of the week, and they're going to get it for sure. So Bobby Short says he's here. He said, let's go. So glad to have Bobby in here. Buzzsaw says, I also want to see some sounding targets that even fool you guys. Well, and I do that sometimes. Sometimes, just like this last video, I'm going like, oh, I think this is going to be iron. This could be big iron. And you know what it turned out to be? It turned out to be a dang King George III copper coin buried about 12 inches down. And I said, hey, I'm getting fooled on this, because I know how many times I'd walk that field, and for there to be a high target, high screamer in there was just so odd, and I dug it, and it was a King George III copper. And but you're right, Buzzsaw. I do that, and that's what I said. Some of the beach hunters gold every vid. Yeah, that's my problem too, CZ.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you guys choose who you want to watch, but some of these videos just sort of make me shake my head. I'm going like, dang, I'm out here busting my rear end. I just told you I did 112 clips when I went out with the history digger, and not every one of those 112 clips was a winner. In fact, none of them were winners, to be honest with you. I dug one coin that day, and I dug about 17 or 18 buttons, and that was it. That was it out of that 112 clips that I videoed. So where are all these other people that are finding out? Where are all their other clips is what I want to know. I don't know. There's just something about it. But anyway, Gary Hull says, I start to chuckle when it starts taking too long, but then yeah, we all have done that. We've gotten into a hole and we're going like, where in the heck is this target? And we're running our pinpointer down in there. We're digging a couple of more shovelfuls, and it's still there. And we're like going, what the heck is going on? We've all done it. We're all guilty.
Sometimes it's fell in the bottom of the hole. Sometimes you accidentally threw it.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, though. But that's what makes it fun. It really does. Tex Kinsey says, in 69, Karen came up to me and asked, are you digging worms? I said, yes, the ones with the metal plates in their heads. That's fun. Don't Chat on Me says, I only post a video if I find something. Live digs, live reveals, and settings as well, depending on the hunt. I had a cool live reveal last week. And to me, it's more exciting.
Yeah.
Because you get to experience the full dig and the excitement of when you really do find something amazing. You go like, oh my God, I just found this. And it's, that moment of anticipation, gets captured on video. And to me, that makes the video, doesn't it, Michael?
Yeah, it does. It really does. I enjoy that.
Yeah. Trevor Horn says, I personally like seeing a little bit of both worlds. And that's what I try to do, because sometimes I get fooled And like I already told y'all, if I get fooled, usually that's when you see me say, oh, I've got this in the hole. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I'll open it up and the numbers will change on me and it becomes a more solid signal. And then that's when I'll show it because I know that it's probably going to be something good. And then I'll dip down in there and pull it out. And so that's usually what you see when you see me do that. And again, Digging Deus says a troll got pissed at me for not having a spray. I know, really. Good Lord. Tip of the week: stop at the coin shop before creating videos. Look, I wonder about some of these videos. I really do. And again, I'm not saying that there aren't people that are doing it legitimately, and there may be people that get on these just unbelievable sites, but to do it back to back to back, guys, it's hard to create content. It really is. And Michael knows the struggles that I go through just trying to come up with things. And not every hunt can be a great hunt. So therefore you got to come up with other things, for people. And it's hard. It really is. And I sort of want y'all to know my struggle too. So again, Chris has hit that like button. Thank you, Chris, so much. Digging Dude says, sorry, Teach. Can't give you a VDI number with a Nexus. Maybe maybe a color. Yeah. Give us a color, Digging Dude. Sniff It Out says, your vids are great, so keep it up. Thank you, Sniff It Out. I appreciate it. Doug Atkins says, that's the reason I got out of the local detecting club. Shady people entering stuff in the monthly fines content. Right.
Yeah.
And Michael will tell you, every single dig hole that I dig is legit. It's nothing. It's about as real gets. And I dig a lot of lead balls, don't I, Michael?
Oh yeah.
If I put up a lead ball, I could make a 2-hour video of nothing but lead balls, right, Michael?
Lead balls, lead chunks. Yeah, these sides are loaded with lead.
I know. Gary Hull says, I love the machine pinpointing aspect, then digging the hole and the object's completely 4 or 5 inches away from the plug they dug. Right. And that happens. I mean, it happens to us.
Yeah.
I was telling Michael, I was having a little bit of trouble the other day with my Deus too, with actually pinpointing, just figuring out where the target was. And I don't know why that was. I don't know. It was really strange, but maybe it was just me. Maybe I was off that day. I don't know. Tesh Ridge Digger says he made it. Glad to have you here, Tesh Ridge. Appreciate it. Prospectors Cash, thank you so much. All donations and contributions go straight back to our channel. Help out with us paying for the live stream, for paying for all the things that we do and so on. So again, we appreciate any of those super chats or super thanks. We appreciate it. And again, any of you feel free if you want to. It helps out with shipping for our giveaways too, as well, as all this stuff costs money, believe it or not. And we appreciate that, Prospectors Cash. Surfside Dan says, I'm glad you videotaped me digging that pistol. Right. And Dan, what did we think that pistol was going to be? We thought that pistol was going to be a piece. I thought it was going to be a piece of iron. You were sold that it was going to be.
Well, it was porcelain iron.
It was iron,
yeah.
But Dan was using the Manicore, and Dan thought for sure that it was a non-ferrous target. We would have never dug that, and I videotaped it. And again, we didn't know that was going to be a 1858 Confederate pistol.
Right.
Intact was what it was. And I got all of that on video, and the excitement by both of us was really obvious in that video. You're not going to get that from a video after the fact. And I think people really enjoy that part of the video when they know that we're really shocked or surprised by that find. And that's what makes it so good. To me, it does. Don't Tread on Me says people have been caught. One guy with the chop mark 8 real that was sold on eBay.
I remember that.
Yeah. Digging Dude says we should do side-by-side live hunt target comparison hunt videos. Nexus versus XP or Mind Lab would be cool. I'll come down to you. There you go, Digging Dude. He wants to run that Nexus. I'd be interested to see how that Nexus would do in that iron. That iron's pretty rough, but He says it works really good in the iron. I've never used one. But that would be interesting for sure. Bubba Smith says if the reactivity is too low, it's harder to pinpoint. If I have trouble, I turn it up and get to a fine pinpoint. There you go. Bubba's right. But I wasn't running the reactivity that much slower the other day. But I did start off at 1.5, which I'm normally used to running 2.5. So that could have been it. Bubba might be right.
Yeah,
sure.
he might be right.
Yeah. He says, I have a group I just started on Facebook, no contest, but going to put together a member finds video with either weekly or monthly. Great idea. That's awesome. Yeah, Surfside Dan says that was a good day. It was. We had so much fun, and I've never been so excited about a find. That was just awesome. Doug Atkins says, nobody would want to watch the junk I dig. Doug, we all dig junk. Trust me. I mean, I probably need to start showing that a little more just so everybody sort of gets a realization, but I could dump out all the junk out of my pouch, trash, little lead balls, which Michael and I tend to just gobble up with our machines.
Wire.
Yeah, wire, little pieces of wire, no bigger than that. I mean, it happens. It really does. And look, that's part of it though, guys. You dig the trash. I have a hard time with some of these videos that I watch, and it's just, good find after good find. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen because I've had really, really good days. Michael's seen me have really, really good days, but I can't duplicate it over and over and over and over again. It's just hard. Isn't it, Michael?
It is. Most of that's it doesn't happen very often. That's all I got to say. It's you can find buttons and stuff, but to find a rare button or a coin, it's ever so often you will.
Right. Yeah, it's true. Gary Hull says, I sent a 5-gallon bucket of trash that I dug to the dump every month. Yeah, we all do it. We all do it. Yeah, lead, and lead. Right. Lead just kills me. Ferris Grump says, my pouch has a large pocket and a small pocket. The large is for trash, right?
Yeah,
that's it. Yes. Bobby Short says, I like to hear the junk targets too in most videos. Makes me feel good that someone else is digging the same as I. Right. And I show pieces of lead. I'll show some shotgun shells. I try to sprinkle some of those in there sometimes. But that's the reality of metal detecting, for me. When I see people not digging those types of things, then that really makes me sort of wonder a little bit, not unless I really know who that person is. And again, it's interesting. Good finds, good splicing, right? That's the truth. For some of these guys, it makes me wonder, but I'm not saying that everybody's like that. I don't want y'all to think that at all. I just see some of these videos and it makes me wonder a little bit when I know how hard I work. I know how hard Michael works when we go out into the field and we're digging trash and we're digging all these other things. And, we're not finding great, amazing finds, but we're doing the best we can and we're finding what we can. And that's the fun of it, because one of those finds will be the find that we've been looking for. And that's what keeps us going. Digging Daryl says, I watched my first video and it's funny seeing how excited I was finding my first wheat cent or mercury dime. Right. That anticipation, and then you find something that you're real excited about and then you got it on video. That to me just speaks volumes. I mean, people relate to that. They get it. They understand it when you do it that way. Don't Tread on Me says, I figure junk to treasure digs are about 100 junks for one treasure. Right. I just told you I had 112 video clips of me digging holes. And I could put up the whole thing, but I don't think anybody would want to watch that. Do you, Mike?
Wow. It would be boring.
What, Michael? You saying I would be boring?
Yeah. Digging a bunch of trash.
Digging a bunch of trash? I'm trying to get this AI to quit going crazy on me. I keep moving my hands. But anyway, yeah. Trevor says if I'm finding lead, I know where there are coins nearby. That's usually true, Trevor. You're right.
Yeah.
Gary Hull says my nickname should be Tin Can Renegade. We'll dig some tin cans. Okay, I'll dig a piece of aluminum in a heartbeat for sure. Edward G says either these people aren't showing the junk or they just leaving stuff in the ground for people like us to dig up. I don't know. Yeah, it's funny. But anyway, my local name is the Pit Master, as in trash pit. I like that one, Carrie, for sure. So, all right, Michael, I'm gonna get off of that. But again, I appreciate everyone that participated in the poll for the live digs versus showing the finds. And I get why some people do that. They don't want to show the whole dig because it's boring in some cases for some people. And maybe I cut down on maybe the digging part because my camera does shake a little bit, even with my chest mount, or if I put it on my head, sometimes my head will shake. So, I get that 100%. But I was real interested to hear everyone's opinions on that. And again, hearing it again tonight, it sort of tells me, hey, am I going in the right direction showing this? And some of you say yes, some of you say, well, I like a mix of both. It looks like most of you are saying we like a mix of both. And hopefully you understand my struggles when I go out in the field, and Michael's struggles when we go out in the field as well, sort of dealing with this. And it's just one of those things. So, Michael, let's talk about this. Is going to be the final thing, and then we're going to do our giveaway. Let's talk about the Vortex a little bit because Garrett has released the 9.08 update, and I have run it. I keep saying I'm going to take it out and hunt with it. I did hunt with it a little bit the other day, and I might even put that video up, even though I didn't really dig anything worthwhile, like we were just saying. Because the site that I was on is the site that you guys have seen me hunting on. It's been pounded pretty good. And but I'm going to say this already. The Vortex has improved tremendously, I believe, with this last update. And I do believe that it's got some great unmasking features in this latest update as well. And I'm probably going to have a video up sort of showing how it's improved unmasking and showing a little bit about its depth and showing what the VDI numbers are over some of these coins that I have that are buried, just to give you guys an idea. And if I get a chance to use it on a hunt, I'm definitely going to do it. And maybe we can give you guys a little more information on the Vortex if you're interested in the Vortex. Some of you may not. But I do believe that Garrett is on the right track. And they are slowly fine-tuning this machine. You guys can see it. It's right back here over my shoulder. But I like the machine. I like the balance of the machine. I like the screen of the machine. I think it looks really good. Michael's held it and swung it in my backyard a little bit. And he can tell you it does have a good feel to it. I like the grip on the machine. But I think it does have some great unmasking capabilities. I think that it runs very well on the beach. It runs really quiet on the beach.
Pretty stable as far as
it's very stable. And the VDI has improved, I believe, with this last update. And so I'm looking forward to, showing it a little more, and hopefully I'll get a chance. Now, of course, you guys know my time is limited. I've got a full-time job. It's hard for me to get out and show every single machine because I've got a bunch back here, but it's hard to show every single machine every single time that I go out. And I wish I could. And maybe when I retire, I can do that a little more, where I can show a better mixture of machines. Of course, you guys know I'm more familiar with the Deus 2. I'm getting more familiar with the Manicore. I'm pretty familiar with the triple score and the legend. Getting more familiar with the Garrett Vortex as I go through that. I've got an Equinox 900. I've got the Xterra Elite. I've just got so many, and it's hard for me to, show every single thing every single time. So again, if there's a question about a machine or you need assistance, I mean, I'm more than happy to help the best I can. Again, I don't know everything about every single one of these, but I do try to help and offer assistance on some of these machines. And we've got videos on the channel to try to assist people too that have got those machines. But the Vortex, if you haven't seen it lately, go watch a couple of videos with the 9.08 update, and I think you'll be impressed with it. And again, it's a good middle of the road machine. It's not a Manicore, it's not a Deus 2, but it will get the job done. And I've got a pair of headphones for it now, which that's what's really got me excited, because now I can hear maybe some of those more faint targets too, especially if I was hunting deep. And I think that's going to enhance my chances with that machine. So the Garrett Vortex, the VX9, and I'm really looking forward to them releasing a smaller coil for that machine, because I think that machine with that smaller coil, I think it's going to give it a little better unmasking capabilities too. And so I'm really looking forward to that. What do you think about the Vortex, Michael?
I think it's a solid machine. Like you said, I like the feel of it, the grip, the screen on it. It's a nice big screen. And it seems, from the videos you've shown, it seems to be doing really well unmasking. I know you've kind of looked at it against the other machines, and it's right there with them. The some of the leading machines, and it's I know those headphones, you said it connect really fast.
Oh my God, those headphones are super fast connecting. I've never seen a pair of headphones connect as fast as those MS3 headphones that they have with it, with the Z-Link. And I would strongly encourage someone to get those headphones if you have the Vortex as well. Key Date Kid brings up a good one. He says, people comment on my videos that I'm faking it. In ghost towns, you occasionally find a coin sitting on top of the ground. I faked it. I'd dig a hole. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, you wouldn't just show it laying on top of the ground. DCM says the Key Date Kid surface finds are the real thing for sure. Definitely. Trevor Van Horn says, I found most of my old coins on top of the ground. No shovel required. Right? Yes, sometimes that happens for sure. Key Date Kid Bell says, we were on a trail in the desert. I made my husband stop because I saw something shiny on the berm. It was a mercury dime. Right. Yeah. Laying in that sand, it probably doesn't do much to it. I got to catch up on some of your videos, SRA. I've been busy out detecting finally after a long cold winter. Thank you, Digging Dude, for watching them. Justin Moreau says, howdy. Glad to have you in here, Justin. Key Date Kid says, right. I'm glad. Plenty of others have too. Definitely, for sure. Trevor Van Horn says, I always says it's dumb luck, but I'll take them. Leaves me anticipating for what I might find. For sure. Yeah. Key Date Kid says, yes, coins on top of the ground almost jump out to you because you're fixated on round nectar. Yes. Let's see here. Brian Thomas says, Brian, I want to thank you so much. Your videos on the Deus 2 has made it a pleasure to hunt with. Thank you for all the knowledge you're sharing with. I don't know that I call it knowledge, but I just enjoy running that machine, and I'm glad I'm able to share whatever I can with you guys. And again, I do not claim to be a professional. I do not claim to be an expert. And Michael will tell you, I just like helping folks out and trying to help people get familiar with their machines. So, but thank you, Brian. I really appreciate the compliment. Does it have pitch tone? No. And again, there are some things that are missing. I'm not saying that they won't add some of those things to the Vortex, but right now it's 3 and 5 tones, and that's pretty much it. But 5 tones, I think, works really well on that machine. Key Day Kid says, I've heard 1860s A1 sauce bottles found in the desert. Yeah. Oh, wow. Trevor Van Horn says, I found more nickels on top of the ground. Lance wants to know, how is the unmasking with the Vortex? Soon as it equals or beats the legend, then I'm going to get one. Yeah, it's pretty close. The legend still probably got an upper leg on that machine that you can adjust so many of those fine settings that, again, the Vortex doesn't have. Now, if they add some things, Does it get to somewhere close to legend? Possibly for sure. Digging Deus says, if I live near a salt beach, I'd buy a Vortex. Yes, it's definitely very stable on the beach. Justin Moreau says, I have the Equinox 800 and just getting familiar with it. Really, would you upgrade or wait a few years to buy the next Mindland machine? The 800 is a great machine. It really is. And I used an 800 for 4 or 5 years after it came out. And I do have a 900 back there. How much difference there is in it, I really don't know. I mean, I've never compared an 800 to a 900 and whether it was worth the upgrade. I do like the 100-point scale. I think you get a little more with that. That's the only thing I can see, it's the scale, but the 800 is a great machine.
Yeah, it is.
Trevor Van Horn says, did Legend get an update recently or am I seeing old news? The last update for the Legend was 1.17, I believe. I don't think they've done anything else since then. And we talked to Nocta recently. So, and I know some of you already know this, and we'll mention this real quick before we move on to the last little bit here. Nocta is announcing a new machine, I believe in May, at one of the metal detecting events. So you might want to check that out. But I believe it's going to be the pulse induction. Now, I'm not totally sure on that. They may surprise me. Right. But I believe it's going to be a
2 or 3 machines. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what Nocta's been up to? Because they've been really quiet lately. You know that, Michael?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, Page Street said nobody is an expert unless they dig everything. That's the truth. That's the truth. And I never claim to be an expert. I'm the last person that'll make that claim. Again, I just enjoy metal detecting. I love hanging out with you guys. That's what makes it fun. So that's it. That's it. All right, Michael. They want to know. They said, where's Michael's tip? Where's his tip? They've been waiting on this tip. So are you guys ready? I know y'all have all waited around for Michael's tip of the week. And this is a special one that Michael's got planned for us. So stay tuned. Let's put up Michael's tip of the week. Here we go.
Hi, guys. This week's tip is, this time of year, bugs are out, snakes are starting to move around. Just be careful out there. I like to carry a thermocell, which is it's a little device that heats up a pad in it, and you can clip it on your side. I don't have it with me, but it works really good. At least carry some bug spray. And if you do have some snake boots, especially here in the South, it's a good idea to carry those. And just be careful this time of year. Poison ivy's out. Stuff that's going to sting and bite is on the move right now. So when you're out in the woods looking around, just be careful and, watch out for Mother Nature. Because like I said, we like to get out and enjoy the outdoors, but it can, come back to bite you literally if you're not being careful. Thanks, guys.
So there it is, Michael's tip of the week. Put on some snake boots, boys. Get out in the thermocell. And
for those of you that don't know what that is, there
it is. That's the thermocell.
It takes these little pads, and there's a butane tank that goes in the bottom. And it's kind of like a grill. You flip the switch and press a button, and it ignites a little flame there. It can get a little warm, but I tend to clip it to my bag, or you don't want it right up against your skin, but it does work really well as far as mosquitoes and no CMs. But it didn't help with the snakes, but the mosquitoes, it works well.
Michael, what about ticks? What can we do for ticks? Help them out.
Ticks, there's some spray you can get. I'm trying to think of the name. Promethium. But I don't think you want to put that on your skin. You want to coat your boots and your pants, but not directly on your skin because it can irritate your skin. But and deep woods works well too. But that Promethium works really well for ticks.
Right. And a lot of our audience is telling us some things that that they use. Deep woods, of course, we said that deep woods
Yeah.
off. Sawyer's on your clothing works really good. Prospector's Cash says Avon Skin So Soft is the best bug repellent.
I've heard that.
And he says, hey, and it gets your skin so. But look, Michael's skin's already soft. Look at that. Look at that little baby
Yeah,
face.
right.
So Tetris Digger says, watch the Louisiana state bird, the mosquito. Right. We deal with that same. We must have the same state bird in South Carolina as Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
the national bird.
oh, yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
we want to do our giveaway tonight, Michael, and we've got a pretty, I mean, it's nothing great, but, well, it is something great if you like hats. So we got the new Garrett Vortex hat, Michael. Nice.
I hadn't seen many of those.
No, these are special hats. There's not many of them that have. There's not a lot of people that have these hats, by the way.
It's got the blue color too.
That's the blue color. You've seen Gypsy Jules and I think Aqua Chigger. Maybe he's had one on. I know the boys, KG and Ringy, might have had one on. But again, we're going to have the Vortex, Garrett Vortex hat. We're going to be doing the giveaway. And I like this hat because I don't like that big crown in the front. And this hat doesn't have that. Doesn't stick up on top of your head and make you look like Elmer Fudd, So we've got a Garrett Vortex hat, and we appreciate Garrett sent this for us to do as a giveaway. So we want to thank Garrett for being kind enough to send us those for a giveaway tonight. And everybody loves the hat. That's right. Vortex hat. I'll wear it. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah. So again, Garrett Vortex hat. We're going to do that as our giveaway tonight. And before we do that, one thing I did want to mention is check out my buddy LMS Metal Detecting. So if you guys are interested in a metal detector or you're looking for a metal detecting accessory, go check out my buddy Mr. Mike Heil at LMS Metal Detecting. He's down here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He is our preferred metal detecting dealer, and he definitely can get you hooked up with some of the things that you need and some of the things you're looking for. So definitely give Mike a shout or a try. We got his number down there at the bottom, lmsmetaldetecting.com. You can go and check it out, and Mike can get you hooked up with some of the latest and greatest equipment. He's got a lot of special deals right now too. I know MindLab's running some special deals. If you're interested in MindLab products, of course, when the new HF coil comes in, hopefully Mike will get some of those. He'll be able to get you hooked up with those if you're interested in the Deus 2 HF coil. And so Mike can definitely get you up and running for sure. So definitely give him a try and a shout. Mike is a great friend of ours and great supporter of the channel, and we appreciate everything that LMS Metal Detecting does for us. And so give Mike a try, and I know he would appreciate it. And his number is scrolling across the bottom. You can take a screenshot, or you can take a picture with your phone, or write it down real quick while it's scrolling. We'll leave it up for a few minutes. So give Mike a try. Fast, friendly, great service after the sale too. Mike is a wealth of knowledge on metal detectors. In fact, he actually helped me at one point whenever I first got started. So really appreciate Mike, and give him a shout if you're looking for anything metal detecting related. All right, Michael, you ready to do our giveaway?
Yeah.
All right, let's do our Vortex hat giveaway. And here it is one more time for those of you that are just now joining in. We're going to give away this Vortex hat. And remember, if you win, make sure that you email me at sransc@gmail.com and send me your address, okay? Don't just say, hey, I won the hat, and that's it. Send me that. I had somebody do that, not send me their address. I need your address, and we will get this out to you sometime next week. Again, be patient with me as I physically have to go to the post office, unfortunately. And I work till 4 o'clock, and my post office closes at 4:30. So, and you know how that is. Sometimes if you get stuck at work, you can't get out. So, again, send me your address when you respond, and so I can get it mailed out to you as soon as possible. So that's our giveaway tonight, this Vortex hat, and we appreciate Garrett for sending that to us. And again, nice looking hat and that nice baby blue. And of course, if you're a North Carolina Tar Heel, this might be a good one, right, Mike?
It might, yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close, not far off. That baby, almost baby, but not really baby blue. But anyway, sort of ocean blue is what I would call it. All right, so let's share our screen here, Michael, and we will get the giveaway tool up on the screen. There we are, and it's going to be hashtag Vortex. Real simple. But let's see how many of you will get in on this thing. Yeah, Edward G says, Brian, you're supposed to know the addresses. There we go. They're starting to register. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate everyone being here tonight as we wind up our show. Again, if you want to get in on the Vortex hat drawing, there it is. We appreciate Garrett. Garrett, go check out the Vortex too, guys. If you haven't checked it out, just give it a shot. You know, borrow one from somebody or a dealer. If a dealer has one, they'll do on a loan. Go check out the Vortex. Garrett has done a fantastic job with this last update. I know you'll be impressed with it. I've used it and I've tried it and tested it, and I am going to have some videos coming up real soon with the Vortex. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. And again, thank you, Garrett, and we appreciate you contributing to the channel and contributing to tonight's live stream with a couple of prizes and giveaways. We got more stuff coming from Garrett too, as well as some stuff coming from XP, and we'll have some of that stuff coming up real soon, and we're excited about some of those things coming as well. Trevor Van Horn, he said somebody knew me. What is this? Let's see here.
They want to see the knife that I got.
I don't know what he said. He said they knew you. Who knew me, Trevor? I missed the first part of that, apparently. Lord help them. We got 26 entries. We got 50 people in here. Remember, we're doing the Vortex app tonight on the live stream. And we got more giveaways coming from Garrett. Again, check out the Vortex. Go check out that latest update. And again, we'll have more information coming about the update coming real soon. Dig and Deus said hashtag beer. Phil Garner says, I enjoyed the show. Appreciate it, Phil. So it's funny. Yes, everybody. Yes, again, if you're here, please hit that thumbs up button, like button. Again, all that helps with the algorithm, gets people fired up about our channel and what we do. Again, if you would like to be a member, you can sign up for the membership. Just going to throw that out there. You don't have to. We're going to come every Friday night to you guys. But if you want a little bit more, you can get in on our members only live stream. You get a badge, a loyalty badge. You get the exclusive monthly live stream and giveaways. And it basically shows anytime you leave a comment, it shows that you are a supporter, like Ferris Grump, shows that you are a supporter of our channel and you're a special member. We also sometimes we'll do some special videos just for our members too. So those are some things you can look forward to if you sign up for a membership. We have two levels, a $9.99 and a $4.99. Don't have to, but if you want to help out an independent YouTuber, you can do so by signing up for a membership, and we appreciate that. So we're going to give everybody a few more minutes here. Thank you, Johnny Rum. He says, hit that like button. Thank you so much. And hopefully you guys got some information that you guys can use this weekend, maybe when you go out in the field, and something that will help you. Digging Buddy says #bourbon. I'm a Digging Buddy. How about you, Michael?
Y'all can have it.
Oh, we can have it. Digging Dude says, thanks for the fun show, guys. We appreciate that, Digging Dude. Always appreciate you being here as well. 5 Mile Relic Hunter says, thank you, gents, and we appreciate it. Glad to have you in here tonight. Edward G says, definitely always enjoy being here and hanging out here. We appreciate you, Edward G, as well. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us. 5 Miles is better late than never. It's Friday, right? It is Friday. And, you know, we've got 50-some people in here tonight that are joining in on a Friday night. They could be doing anything else, and they chose to spend their time with us, and we want to make it as fun as possible and help you guys out as much as possible, too. Adventures in Dirt says, hey there, Brian. Says, cheers, everyone. Thank you, Adventures in Dirt. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Damian Thorne says, just got home from hunting, listened all the way home, had an amazing find courtesy of the Sweeper program. Yes, emailed you the picture. Best find in a few years. Thank you so much, Damian. Right. And if you don't know what the Sweeper program is, it's the program that we developed shortly after the last update came out for the Deus 2, and it has found us some phenomenal things. Just like Damian said, he found something phenomenal too. So we appreciate that. And Damien, congratulations. And thank you for mentioning the Sweeper program. Always appreciate that. Buzzsaw says, all metal detecting tips appreciated. Thank you. Trevor Van Horn says, Michael's hat. Now that hat came from Relics and Rings. Now I don't know if he's got any more of those hats. But maybe he'll watch this and maybe he'll come back on.
It's nice. It's got like a rubbery patch on it.
Right. So yeah,
really
if he's watching, or if he comes back on the next time, we can ask him how many more of those types
What's
of hats.
What's the name of his
as well?
Online store, Brian?
He's got a store. I don't have the link.
Is it Andrews something box, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah. We'll have to get him. He'll be back on here at some point. When he does, we'll definitely make sure that comes on. Digging Deus says, #Michael's hat. They want your hat, Michael.
Well, you gave away one just like this, didn't you?
Yeah, I gave away a bunch of those in the beginning. And we've got some other things too that we're going to give away sometime soon too. So maybe we can get that up and running with him as well if he's got anything left. Richard Pelkey says, thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Okay. Trevor Van Horn says, thanks. We appreciate it. Prospectors Cash says, won't be here next Friday. Wish me luck in Aransas, Texas.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck, Prospectors Cash. We appreciate you, buddy, so much. Thanks for being here tonight. All right, Michael, we got 31 entries. You ready to do the drawing?
Yeah.
Let's knock this thing out, and let's see what happens tonight and who's going to be the lucky winner of the Vortex hat. And again, you don't see many of these around. So most of the people that have these are the Garrett people. So again, you guys are going to be some of the first to have a Vortex hat. So let's see who's going to be our lucky winner. And again, thank you, Garrett, for the giveaway for tonight. And we're drawing. Here we go, Michael. Digging Daryl. It almost stopped him, Digging Daryl. Who's it going to be?
There he went again.
Detect Meister in Ireland. What? I got to mail to Ireland. Oh Lord. So that's not going to be some cheap shipping. But we're going to get it to him. Like I said, send me your address, Detect Meister. He's in Ireland. Congratulations. You're going to be probably the only person in Ireland with a Vortex hat for sure. And we're going to get that to you, Detect Meister. And I know he's hopefully he's still up. Let's see if he responds. Yeah, that's going to be an expensive hat.
Well, you might as well throw him a couple of extra things in there, some stickers or something while you ship.
We'll get him something for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's going to be. Thank you, Ferris Grunt. Ferris Grunt realizes it's going to be expensive. And again, I don't mind mailing it. Hey, he is always on here, and we appreciate that. Yeah. And then Digging Daryl said add the 25% tariff tax. That's true. Oh, great show. We appreciate DCM. Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate you. Thanks for all you do. And I know DCM's been putting up some videos too, and trying to get those things out to you. Detect Meisters. Oh, Detect Meister says he's already got one. He says let it go again. Oh, buddy, I don't mind doing it. I really don't. You sure? Well, I'm waiting to see what he says back. It might be a little bit of delay going all the way to Ireland. But I don't mind shipping it to you. And a couple of our generous people, yes. He says that he just got one at the Just Detect rally last year. Okay. So they were over in Europe before they released this thing. So they might have given some of those away. So you want to do it one more time? Let's do it one more time then, Mike. Let's see if
we shouldn't have to. You should be able to use the same hashtag, right?
Oh, you can. Let's do it one more time for those of you that are still here. And again, it's the same hashtag Vortex. Okay, everybody here, we're Detect Meister says he's got one. We appreciate you, Detect Meister. Come to the USA, and maybe one day we can get you hooked up here. Yes, he said yes. Let someone else have it. He's a great guy for sure, and we appreciate him so much. All right, we're going again. Hashtag Vortex. We're going to start collecting entries. There we go. We're at 11, and we'll carry this on. Thank you, Detect Meister, for sure. Thank you guys that have donated money for shipping. Again, that makes things really nice for me, especially shipping out these things. Believe it or not, it costs. I mean, you ship a hat or something like that, it does cost. It really does.
Yeah.
And look, the mail, though, good Lord. I'll tell this story while everybody's putting in hashtag Vortex. I mailed off Gene Gilstrap's hats over 3.5 weeks ago, and he just got them today. Yeah. He sent me an email. He says, guess what showed up? And it was his hats. And I don't know how or why they
must have lost them and
they lost them
later.
And he sent me a picture of it. And Gene's not on here tonight, I don't think. So Ted Meister put in hashtag Vortex again. He's gonna win again. Anyway, Gene sent me a picture of the returns or the slip that came along with it. Well, it had my handwriting on it, but then somebody else wrote something else on it, and he says it looks like a little kid wrote this on there. And it was just the weirdest thing. Really strange. Oh yeah, and by the way, too, since we're waiting on a few people, I got some big news. Mike already knows what the news is, and we've got something special that we're going to be showing to you guys in the coming weeks. So just be prepared for that. I think some of you are going to be really interested in what we're going to be showing. I think Digging Daryl knows who that is or what that is too, but those two are the only ones. So Digging Daryl, don't give it away if you're on here. But yeah, we've got some special things to show you guys, which I think you guys are going to be really, really appreciative of it. And we're going to have a couple of special guests coming too in the coming weeks as well. So stay tuned for that. Hi, Fred says Elon Musk is going to be wearing it. Yeah. And Digging Daryl says his lips are sealed, right? Digging Daryl knows what the big announcement is and who the special guest is going to be. So, yeah, it's going to be really, really good. So we're looking forward to that. All right, we got 28 this time. So you ready to run it back, Michael?
Yep, run it.
Yeah, let's run it. Everybody in that wants to get in. Last time for the Vortex hat. Nice hat. Let's do it again, Michael. We are drawing. Here we go. Who's it going to be, Michael? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? MSPAG is our winner, and hopefully he's here. MSPAG.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on in a few minutes, so maybe he is.
Yeah, well, we'll give him a few minutes. Yeah, Edward G says Detect Master wins again. I know. He says congrats.
Well, he would get it that time. We ain't gonna do it again.
No, we're doing it again. Yeah, if he would have won again, he would have gotten it. It'd just go to Ireland. Congratulations. We're waiting on him. Come on. Come on, MSPAG. You won. He put it in. I'm waiting, Michael. Let's hope he's here. I don't want to have to run this thing back again.
Yeah, come on. Hopefully he'll chime in here.
We'll give him a few minutes.
There he goes.
Yes, first time winning. We appreciate you. MSPAG, remember that you need to send your address to sransc@gmail.com. We'll get that hat out to you. Congratulations on your new Vortex hat, which they're pretty cool, Michael. And again, I like these hats a lot. They did a good job with that. Mm-hmm. So again, congratulations, MSPAG.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you for being a part of our show tonight, and congratulations on the win. All right, Michael, anything else you want to say before we get off of here?
I think we've covered it tonight.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of bases tonight. So MSPAG, SRANSC@gmail.com. Send me your address, and we will get this mailed out to you as soon as we can. Be patient with us. We'll try to get it out sometime next week to you. So, again, we appreciate it. Thank you, Detect Meister, too, for being willing to give that up. And we appreciate you so much. And thanks for being a special part of our show all the way from Ireland, which I've always wanted to go to Ireland. I'm hoping maybe one day I can. So I'm looking forward to that. Beautiful. Yes. Bubba Smith says, thanks for another exciting show, man. We appreciate it. Good night. Digging Dude says. Bell says, thanks, Brian and Michael. We appreciate you so much, Bells. Mr. Chris says, thanks. We appreciate him. We've got Mr. Ohio Fred. Thank you, Fred, for being here tonight. Mr. Gary Holes, we appreciate him. Ferris Grump says, good, clean fun on a Friday night. Thanks, y'all. We appreciate you, Ferris Grump, and thank you again for the Super Chat donation. Again, that helps with the channel. We had a few people, Prospectors Cash, thank you. Ferris Grump, thank you. DCM, thank you. And Mr. Digging Dude, thank you for your super stickers and super chats tonight. All those are greatly appreciated, and they go straight back into shipping and to this live stream. So again, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hit that like button before you head out. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I hope everyone gets out there and they find something amazing. I'm hoping that I'm going to get out. Michael's hoping he's going to get out. And we've got some great content in store for you guys. Check out the channel. If you're a member of some other social media platforms, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can go check us out there too as well if you have any of those types of things, and we would appreciate that. If you'd like a membership, don't forget about the membership thing. We are doing a members-only live stream. We will have some special giveaways on the members only live stream just for our members. And you get exclusive, the exclusive live stream. You also get some videos that we show a little bit early sometimes for that. And you get a loyalty badge. If you are interested in that, all you got to do is hit that join button. All right, Michael. Well, I'm about done. We've been on here for an hour and a half. That's plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a great night. Thank y'all so much. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Go out and find some amazing things, and I hope everybody gets out and just enjoys being out in the weather. Hopefully, your weather is cooperating and it's thawing out. If you're up north, I know a lot of you have been dealing with cold weather, and hopefully, you're going to be able to get out and start detecting really soon. So, again, thank you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. We'll catch you guys next Friday night. If you're a member, we do have the members only live stream coming up. I think Michael and I are going to do that next Sunday. So mark your calendars for that. You want to be here for that as well. So again, take care. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you on our next adventure. Take care, guys. We appreciate you. God bless. Catch you soon.
Have a great weekend, guys.